What's up, YouTube? This video has been requested by a couple of people, just really discussing self-discipline and productivity and just getting shit done, I guess. I guess the first thing I wanted to start out with is a disclaimer, just to say that one, I am not 100% productive, procrastination-free, and self-disciplined. You know, that's not something that I do all the time. There are some days where I slack off. There's some days where I get tired and I'll take a nap longer than I intended. There's some days I don't feel like working or going down to the gym, whatever it is. But I do take pride in all that I accomplish throughout my days, and I take pride in all that I do. So with that being said, I also wanted another disclaimer, because I have a blog post, which I will link down below because I think that may be more helpful than a video. It's called How to Manage It All, relationships, side hustles, full-time job, personal development, meal prepping, working out, etc. And I got a good bit of hate in the comment section of that blog post, many of which I just delete because I don't really care. But a lot of people like to discredit my productivity and discipline because I don't have children. And, you know, obviously my life is going to look way different from somebody who has 1 or 10 children. And first, I would like to say that children are a choice, and I do not have children right now because that is my choice. And the other thing is that the things that I do and, you know, the routines that I implement can be applied to everybody, all different lifestyles. It just depends. You have to adjust it for your lifestyle. So I think it's just an excuse for people to say that they have kids or that they have X, Y, and Z, because there are tons of people who are self-disciplined and productive and who do multiple things in their day or their week, who have children and other commitments. So no, I don't have major commitments. I am not married. I don't have children, like I said, but I don't think that discredits my productivity and discipline. So just wanted to make that clear. I will link down below everything that is relevant, all the blog posts that I have that are relevant to discipline and productivity, because I have quite a few. That is like the main niche of my blog. And also I have a 15-page self-discipline PDF that I will link down below. It is free. If you click the link down below, it'll take you to a sign-up page and it will come straight to your inbox for you to download. And it's free to access. In regards to self-discipline and productivity, this video could be hours long. Like, there is so much that goes behind this and so much that I could say, but I just kind of narrowed it down to a few points that are really relevant to how I'm able to be really productive and self-disciplined when it comes to working on my side hustles or my businesses that are online, staying fit by going to the gym 5 or 6 times a week, meal prepping, keeping my apartment clean, just getting things done in general. So I narrowed it down as best as I saw fit. Because of that, I am in the process of creating a course or some sort of product for people to purchase in order to expand further on this, because there is so much that goes behind it. The first thing, major thing, is that I know my why and I know what I want in life. And I don't know if that is something that people struggle with a lot, but that is one of the biggest things that keep me motivated to keep going and to be productive and to work on the things that I know I need to be doing, such as my online businesses, such as my health and fitness and all that stuff. I know that right now, I'm pretty content with my life. I am really proud of the things I have accomplished. I am proud of how my life looks from a day-to-day basis. However, this is not what I want forever. I know what I want for my future. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to work for myself. I want to be debt-free. I want to achieve financial freedom. I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. All of it, you know? And none of that stuff is going to happen by sitting around. And none of that stuff is going to happen by just wanting it. You have to put in work to achieve your goals. And really that's the main thing. That's what keeps me going. Every single day I wake up thinking about how badly I want my life to look that way or to be that way. And I know that if I don't take action toward those goals, then it's not going to happen. And like, you just have to have a reason to do these things. When you know your why, you don't really need as much motivation, because that should be motivation in itself. Like, if you want something bad enough, you will work toward that. And, obviously I haven't been super successful with the things that I do, but I know that I won't stop until I get to where I want to. And even then I won't stop. So I think you just have to have a really strong why. Like, that is so important, and you have to know what you want out of life. And with knowing what you want in life, that brings me to my second tip, is just that I know my priorities. I set my priorities, and that is what I focus on. My priorities are my online businesses, my personal development, and my health and fitnesses. Like, those are my top 3. So that is, for the most part, what I prioritize in my life. Do I have a social life? No, not really. Do I spend a lot of time with my family or friends? No, not really, to be honest. Do I spend a lot of time, just leisure time, relaxing or anything? No, because it's not my priority. I could go down to the pool every day if I wanted to. And of course, sometimes I will implement those things into my life. But no, typically I am just working on my online businesses, working out, meal prepping, eating healthy, and reading books, waking up early to make sure I get everything done that I wanted to, just working on my personal development. Those are my priorities. So if it's not your priority to look a certain way physically, then you don't need to be going to the gym 5 or 6 days a week. I like the way my physique looks. This is the body that I want to have. So in order for me to maintain it, I need to go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week and do all that I do. You may not have a side hustle or an online business, so maybe it's not your priority to come home after work and do focused work on a side hustle. That is completely fine. Maybe your priority is your kids or your family, whatever. Then you can make that a priority in your life, and that's perfectly okay. Like, it does, just because my priorities look a certain way or seem nice, they do not need to be everyone else's. So I know what is important in my life, and I make sure I take action on each of those things as best as I can. The third thing is that I implement routines and I have a schedule. My routines help me thrive in life. Like, I love my routines, I thrive off of routines, and I have such a type A personality that I need routines in my life. I have a morning routine, I even have a routine when I'm at work, I have an afternoon and evening routine. I have a couple of videos up of my routines. I'll get one up for my evening routine, afternoon, evening routine, but it's typically the same thing every day. I choose what to do in my time when I wake up and in the afternoon and even while I'm at work, because those things improve my life and those things keep me in check and allow me to accomplish more in my day. So those routines are just habit now for me. So even there's some days that I wake up and I don't want to wake up and go do morning yoga. It's only 20 minutes, but of course, if I'm waking up at 5 a.m., some days I don't want to, but it has become such a habit, and I am very strict on what I am doing. So unless I'm absolutely exhausted, I will go and do my morning yoga. It has just become a part of who I am. And same with all of my other routines. It's a lot easier to be productive and not procrastinate when you have a set plan of what you should be doing, and which is also why my schedule is so important. So if you haven't noticed, on my YouTube, for example, I have certain days that I upload, or at least I try to be consistent lately with when I upload. So typically I upload on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then Friday or Saturday. And that changes sometimes. Like this past week I uploaded on a Monday because I happened to finish a video early, and it just depends. But I have a schedule. So like Monday I will only edit videos and make a thumbnail, whatever, and then I'll upload the next day or the Wednesday. I work on a course on certain days, I blog on certain days, I email my blog subscribers on Sundays. Like I just have a specific task for each day or concentration for each day, and that has helped increase my productivity as well, because I'm the type of person who is working on multiple projects. And in the past, what I found is that I was trying to do too many things at once, which I still am just overall, but on a day-to-day basis, I would be trying to do too many things at once. So I would be editing for a little bit on YouTube, and then I would blog for a little bit, write an email for a little bit, and at the end of the day, I felt completely overwhelmed but unaccomplished because I really wasn't getting anything done. There was no structure. So once I started implementing a schedule, then that is when I started to notice a huge difference in what I was able to get done. My routines are a bit excessive for some people. Like I said, I have some videos up of them, so that may not be for you. You may not want to wake up an hour earlier than you need to be up to incorporate physical activity and to work on your side hustle or whatever. You may not enjoy coming home and doing this, and having so much structure. Like maybe that's suffocating to some people. You don't have to have a routine if you don't want to, but I do think routines have been the main factor in how much I'm able to get done in the day. And if you can just make a routine that works around your lifestyle and, whatever your circumstances are, if you have children or not, or whatever situation you may be in, then you can find something that will work for you, even if it's just like a 10-minute routine or just some sort of cue to get into a flow state or whatever. I swear by my routines, so probably the biggest tip of this video. The other thing about personal development, self-discipline, productivity, and all that stuff is I find a sick satisfaction in it. Like I love this shit, and I know some people don't, but it's like everything's like a game to me. My finances, my personal development, how much I can get done in a day, the things that I do just in general, like it all has become a game for me, and I enjoy it. I also enjoy the fact that I have gained so much confidence because of this, because when you're disciplined, you gain a lot of confidence because you trust yourself. You trust your word, you get shit done that you said you would get done, and you just feel better about yourself because you're able to commit to something and actually follow through with it. And I've gained so much confidence because of that, just as a person and as who I am. And the best thing about that is like nobody can break you. Not that anybody is trying, but it's like I am so secure with who I am and what I'm doing that it doesn't matter if there's hate comments. It doesn't matter if my work isn't a success right now. Like I know what I'm capable of and I know what I'm doing, that I have just learned to keep going. And I don't know, like that's just as simple as that. I enjoy this process. I enjoy being productive. At the end of the day, I feel accomplished, If I can just do one thing each day that gets me a little bit closer to my goal, like that's huge. And the fact that I'm able to do multiple things each day to get me closer to my goals is like ginormous. So discipline and personal development are just things I have become really passionate about and things that I find enjoyable. I think the biggest thing with being productive is you have control over it. You have control over your productivity and your personal development and growth and your discipline. And that is one of the few things that we have control over, like this is your life. And the more that you improve yourself and the more that you improve your environment and reach towards something bigger than yourself, then I think that gets you closer to happiness. And I do a lot of the things that I do because they bring me happiness. So my morning routines, like my morning yoga, that makes me feel really good. energy-wise and physically. I like to keep my apartment clean and organized because that is, it's like a responsibility, and I just feel safe and cozy in my home, and a cluttered space is like a cluttered mind, so I like to keep it as clutter-free as possible. Getting a workout in is like one of the best feelings ever. Like you just get, a high from it, which allows me to be more productive. And then I get even more of a high when I get something done, like a whole blog post written or a whole video edited and uploaded. Like all of it just builds on one another, and I've found a lot of happiness from working on myself and from becoming self-disciplined. And finally, I keep myself motivated. So like I said, my why and my what I want in life is the main thing that keeps me motivated. That doesn't mean I have stopped listening to external things. I listen to podcasts all the time. I watch videos of people who have achieved more success than me, because honestly, I don't know many people in my personal life that do what I do or do more. And so it's hard for me to surround myself with people that are on the same wavelength as I am. So by watching YouTubers or listening to podcasts, listening to motivational speeches, that is my way of feeding myself with positive energy and positive thoughts and giving me ideas, things like that. And I am not the most positive person in the world. I think of negative things all the time. I struggle with things all the time, financially, with my business, with how I'm feeling, just in general. But it's like, if I can control what I can control, then that's it. Just keep going. And those videos and people help a ton, like Gary Vaynerchuk. I listen to podcasts, a lot of financial podcasts. I've talked about them before. I read blog posts that inspire me to keep going. There's just so many things that you can find online these days that will inspire you and keep you motivated. And I also see things for physical inspiration, like working out motivation, which I really don't need. That has become such a part of me, and all of this, comes down to it becoming a part of me and becoming a part of my identity, that it just gets easier with time. So the more you practice self-discipline and the more you use your willpower muscle, the easier it is. And it gets to a certain point where you don't even have to try, you don't even have to think about it anymore, and you just do it. Or if you don't want to do it, you still just do it because you know that that's part of you. But I'll see things recently I saw a couple with cerebral palsy who were doing bodybuilding competitions. And if somebody like that, I've seen people with missing limbs or some serious disability being physically active or achieving something in life. And it's I have this much privilege to do whatever the hell I want with my life. I'm in America. I have the resources to do it. There's no excuse for me not to be the best person I can be. So I think that's what drives me. Obviously I'm not perfect. Like I've already said, I'm not driven every single day of my life and every second of my life. But why would you want to waste this life when you could achieve so much more? Even if it's just on a more personal level. You don't need to be a millionaire. You don't need to be the most fit person in the world or the most clean person or organized person. Just work on yourself, and discipline and all that stuff just comes. I don't know. I feel this was really unorganized, but those are the main things in my head. But I don't want to make this video too long, so just let me know if you want me to expand on something. I am really passionate about all of this stuff, obviously. And like I said, I'm going to be creating a course and more blog posts and videos dedicated to this stuff. But let me know if you want me to expand on any of these tips that I just shared, or productivity or procrastination, any of that stuff in general. Comment that down below. Go check out my blog. Go check out the free PDF that I mentioned, and look out for the course that will be coming out soon. And by no means am I trying to toot my own horn. I am very proud of who I am and what I have accomplished, but this has come from a lot of hard work for me, and it's just who I am. So it's not that I'm like trying to brag or whatever. It's I was asked a question and this is me answering it. So hopefully you found this helpful, or you find a piece of my content somewhere helpful. But like I said, let me know down below if you want me to expand on something. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.